evening, young people. It's Colin Tinsley again here, and tonight we're going to speak about something very interesting called the human eye. And so many details, so relevant, so important, and something we don't even think about every time we open our eyes to see and to look. So before that, we're going to sing the song, Open the Eyes of My Heart, Lord. Sing along, enjoy.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open eyes, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open my eyes, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Lord, pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Oh yes, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open my eyes. Lord, I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Lord, pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. You are high and lifted up, and you're shining in the light of your glory. Lord, pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. High and lifted up, and you're shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Ladies, sing, open the eyes of my heart. Holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy.
That's a great song, Open the Eyes of My Heart, Lord. So well known by so many people. So we're going to speak for a few moments on the human eye and just learn something about it, how important it is. We don't take it for granted. Every time we open our eyes, we can see. Whenever we think about the eye, we're going to zoom in a little bit to learn something about it. We've got different colours of eyes. There are many colours. The main colours, of course, are blue eyes, brown eyes, green eyes, and hazel eyes. Of course, there's black eyes. You ever get into a fight, you wonder what a black eye looks like, feels like? Just ask someone to hit you a punch in the nose, and if they miss, they might hit you in the eye, and you know what a black eye is. Of course, there's different shades of colour. There's grey eyes, but those are the four main colours of eyes. Now, whenever we think about the human eye, we're talking about there's some fun facts, some interesting facts, some facts that will never ever change. Did you know that as a baby's born, as it's growing, most parts in the human body are developing, changing and growing and getting bigger. But the eye, they remain often the same size throughout your life. Whereas your nose will grow bigger, your ears will grow bigger, but often your eyes stay the same size. Here, I remember at school in biology, you would learn something about the eye, and it was often fascinating. The anatomy of the normal eye, the human eye. And you've got your optic nerve, the retina, the lens, the iris, the pupil. That's the only bit you see here is the pupil, but behind it is all the details. We're going to zoom in even closer to get a closer look. Then we're going to learn something about the eye. Here are the eyelashes. So you've got the human eye, the pupil, the lens. And it's amazing how they work. When something dust comes into your eye, very often the eyelash will close so quickly it'll capture the dust to protect your eye. The muscle that lets your eye blink, it's the fastest muscle in your body and allows you to blink 5 times a second at least, sometimes more, sometimes less. Now, I don't know if you like photography. Most smartphones today, people buy them especially because of the camera. And the best camera out there, whether it's an iPhone or a Galaxy, whatever phone it is, it's 128 megapixels. Top of the range, 40, 30, 40s, amples, big enough. But the natural human eye, it would have the equivalent of 576 megapixels. So when God created you before the formation of this world, He gave an eye in your body and it would outshine even the most modern camera, smartphone today. Wonderful. Whenever you think about the eye and the power, it's so small, so detailed and so powerful as well. The human eye, Joanna loves art, she loves colours. And whenever you think of the human eye, it can detect around from 100,000 to 10 million shades of colour. Do you ever notice going to a garden, look at green, see many shades of green? Then you've got red and you've got blue, the different shades. Look at the sky and see many shades of blue, of grey, of white. You can see, and there are hundreds and thousands and even millions of shades of colours that the eye can detect them. Here's some not just fun facts but amazing facts about the human eye. An average person blinks more than about 12 times a minute. Within the eye, ask a doctor, an eye doctor, there's about 2 million working parts. These are facts I've got off Google just. The human eye, here it is, 576 megapixels. The cornea are the only tissues on the human body that don't require any blood. It can process about 36,000 bits of information every hour. The eyeball of the human weighs approximately 28 grams. And some people say it's possible, but I would say it's impossible to sneeze with your eyes open. Why? Because I was taught if you sneeze your eyes open, your eyes will pop out, and you want to protect your eyes. But naturally, when you go to sneeze, you will naturally close your eyes. And each day you will blink about 10,000 times. Some more fun facts. Of all the muscles in your body, your eye are the most active, always working, always watching, always processing. The human eye can, we just said some of these, can distinguish 10 million colours. And you can sneeze. Some people say you can't sneeze with your eyes open, but they won't fall out. But don't try it. Don't do this. You're trying to sneeze, just in case. You never know. Images sent to your brain from your eye are actually backwards and upside down. Interesting. Each of your eyelashes lasts about 5 months before falling out. You ever wake up in the morning and there's an eyelash in your eye, and you go, what's that? And I go, I could have lost another hair. It actually comes from your eyelash, and they're changing about every 5 months. 99% of the population will eventually need reading glasses if you live long enough. Very seldom do people in their 90s not have glasses. They wear glasses because as their eyesight is diminishing, they need glasses. Moses, interestingly, was 120 years old, and the Bible says his eyes never dimmed. He had perfect eyesight. So that's not for everyone. That's an average. You blink about 10 to 15,000 times a day. Everyone may need cataracts if they live long enough, and 1 in 12 men are colourblind. Actually, colour confused between red and green are the two colours. A few more fun facts about your eyes. The entire length of the eyelash shed by a human being in their lifetime, when you put them all together, it can stretch almost 100 feet, 99 feet. I'm not sure if this is for everyone, definitely not all the girls, but we blink more than we talk. Although sometimes when I listen to people talking, I thought, do they ever blink? They just seem to keep talking without breathing. Their eyes just stare at you and they talk so fast, and I'm exhausted sometimes just watching how they talk so quickly. Your eyeballs, they stay the same size from birth, and it's impossible to sneeze with your eyes open. Debatable, you can force that one, but I would not try. Now here's a saying you might have heard of: in the blink of an eye. Because the eye is the fastest muscle in the body. It can happen in the blink of an eye, in the heat of a moment, because it's so fast. The eye cannot be transplanted. The parts of the body can be moved from body to body, transplanted, but not the eye. The pupil dilates 45% when looking at something pleasant. Do you ever see when a boy meets a girl, suddenly stares in his eyes and he pop out of his head? Up to almost 50% when you see something nice or pleasant. That is often what happens, and you naturally smile, or else you just stare with your mouth open, but your eyes are staring, your pupils large because you see something interesting or nice. Let's learn something else about the human eye. What can we learn? The eye is composed of, 2 million working parts. We're just regurgitating some of this information. The human eye can contact up to 10 million human colours. The eye can distinguish between 500, here's grey alone, between 500 shades of grey, 36,000 bits of information. The human eye is about 1 inch roughly in size, but around 95% of animals have got eyes, not all animals. Looking in the sun, even when you're squinting, can be harmful and can damage your eyes. That's why it's never good to look directly into the sun, especially with a pair of binoculars. I was taught as a child, don't do that, because you will damage your eyes. The eyes cannot be transmitted, and here's your red and green. Often, the most common type of colour blindness and the disability is the difference between red and green. Difficulty to explain the difference. Right, let's go a little bit further. Whenever we think about the eye, the power of hope. Be careful. Remember a little song you might have sang as a child? Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Why was that song so relevant all those years ago? I sang that before mobile phones, iPads, computers were even thought about. Be careful with your eyes, because the eye is at a very important gate into your body, right into your heart. And that's the lesson. It's so important to guard what comes into your eye. See, there's many ways information can get into your body, through your ears, through your mouth, through your nose, through your feet, but especially the most precious sense for me is your eyes. So important. This is a common picture. If you go to any home today with children, they will have, I would imagine most of them, if not all, have got an iPad or a phone. For parents who will say it's the best thing to get a moment's silence, an hour's silence, give them an iPad. Innocent, yes. Fun, absolutely. So many innocent ways for a child to watch movies or play things or play games. But what is the challenge? Everything they're watching comes into the eye gate. And with technology, with the internet, with Wi-Fi, these children are just a finger away from their eyes beginning to wander into something they will once wish they never went into. And it can be addiction, it can be addictive, and when a child gets it, try to take it away from them. And you're going to have a fight in your hands, especially as they get older and they get their own phone, their own iPad. They know exactly where to go, what to do, and it can be very, very dangerous. Common picture, kids get to high school. Almost all of them, I'm sure, by that stage have got their own phones. It's a personal identity that becomes their best friend. It goes with them everywhere. to the bathroom, to the bedroom, in the kitchen, and especially when they leave the door, their phone goes with them. Innocent, absolutely safe, yes. Dangerous in many ways, potentially and possibly. And it's relevant for everyone. It's okay when you're with your group of friends, but not everyone is always with someone, and quite often young people are alone with their best friend, alone with their phone. And what's happening? Their ears are listening, not often, because quite often it's in silent, because you're disturbing people around you, but your eyes are always watching. You're watching images. If a boy's looking at a boy, he thinks, how is he handsome? If a girl's looking at a girl, how is her face? Perfect! And then, of course, it starts creating all sorts of emotions and problems and things like that. As you look at your phone, as you're watching it, and we're not talking about the phone, we're talking about the eye gate and the importance of protecting your eye as you're watching and as you are looking. And as you look at a picture of someone, you think, how does that person look like that? Their body's perfect, their image is perfect. But not only that, when you get a phone and you're on the internet, you will know that the devil is so subtle with pop-ups, and all you have to do is touch it and enter it and go into it, and before you know it, it's like Facebook or any of those social medias. Once you like something, then it knows what you like, and it'll keep showing again and again. And it's so subtle, and your eyes will be watching something which is not good. Not only not good for your eyes, but it's certainly not good for your heart and for your life. And if you're a Christian, especially harmful for that. One of the most dangerous places to be, believe it or not, is in bed, in your bedroom, alone with your best friend, your phone. Because no one's around you. You're so tempted to go to look at things, to watch things. And whenever you start doing it, it becomes addictive, and before you know it, you're looking and watching things. And at night time, ask yourself, is it good for your heart to be watching that? Is it good for your walk with God to be looking at things? And also, is it good for your eyes with the light from a phone in the dark to be continually focused on such a screen? Here's some of the things we often think about each day. We think about the news, we think about history, we might think about art, we'll certainly think about Jesus on a Sunday morning. But what about night time? What about morning time? What about during the day? We'll think about pictures and photos and magazines. But you see this one here? It's a taboo subject. Used to be just magazines, but now it's on everyone's phone. It's just a click away. It's just a search away, and once you get into it, you start watching it. Beautiful people, lovely people, maybe lovely bodies, and before you know it, you're into pornography. And if you keep watching it, before you know, you become addicted, and your walk with God is being eroded, being affected, being destroyed. And it's so important to fight this with your eye as best you possibly can. If you're struggling with it, I would urge you to get help with it. It's so prevalent amongst adults and amongst young people, not just boys, but girls, young people, because it's so easy to access it on your phone. I would encourage you to look for security in your phone, for safety devices. In my phone, for example, there's a safe mode you put it on to stop it going into such places which are not good and which are so easy to access. It can be parental control. Stick it on your phone, it will stop you going there. And for you to go there, you have to physically put that on. And that's why every day is a walk with God, is a challenge to keep walking with God. But that's what happens. Set your phone to protect your eyes, not just with the light in your eyes, but also what you can see, because this is the gate to your heart. And it's so important. The devil will want to erode as most of your walk with God, not your salvation, can't do that, but your walk with God, he can hinder it. And the easiest way today for the devil to hinder a young person's walk with God is through the eye gate. Because the eye gate will get to your heart. And God says, young people, give me your heart, because the Lord loves a pure heart. And the best way to dilute a pure heart is through the eye gate to a phone and what you're watching and looking at. There's researches how the blue light causes the eyesight. Years ago, you used to be walking or driving down the road, you could say that person's watching TV because the light was off, and the whole room lit up blue. So you can see it as a blue light. So it's the same thing with the blue light. And ask yourself, at night time when the lights are off, your light's blue in your phone, does it damage your eyesight? Why do so many young people need to wear glasses? Is it because they're damaging their eyesight? Guard your eyes, look after your eyes, and protect them. There are many, many links. People can talk about it and discuss it, but I don't think our eyes were made for looking at bright lights in the middle of the night, in the middle of the dark. And there are many of these that can easily damage whenever you think the infrarays, the continual movement, the bright lights that come from a phone into your eye. Your eyes were not built for that. And I would encourage you at night time, I've often said it, don't take your phone to your bedroom. Leave it downstairs, leave it in the kitchen, lock it if need be, but don't take it. Go to bed and sleep, or certainly spend time reading a paper book, or spending time with God. Did you know that the eyes are the most, the muscles, out of all the muscles in the body, in your body, the eyes are most used, moving more than 100,000 times a day? Is there any Bible verses that mention the eyes? Of course not. I want to think about God now to finish off. Eyes, the eye has not seen, nor your ear heard, neither entered into the heart of man the things that God has prepared for them that love him. So use your young life to get to know God, get to know the God of the Bible. And whenever you go to heaven, you won't be a stranger to God, but God will be so much in your heart. And don't let your eye gate pollute. It's like having a clean river, and the farmer lets all the sewage and all the manure run into the river. It pollutes the river, and it's no longer fresh. You can't swim in it, you can't drink it, the fish don't like it. And it's the same with the heart. You've got to guard your heart, and it comes often with the eye gate. Do you know the eyes of God go to and fro throughout the whole world, all at the same time? That's why we sing our God is a great big God, the whole earth, the whole world, to show himself strong on behalf of those whose heart are loyal to him. When your eyes are watching things and you're not being loyal to God or faithful to God, you can't expect the best of God. You can't expect the presence of God to be with you. He loves a pure heart. Don't dilute your heart. It's easy to go the way of the world. It's easy to be like everyone else. It's easy to think everyone else is doing that, but you don't need to do that. Another eye verse about the camel. What did Jesus mean when he said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into heaven? Well, a couple of reasons. If you go to Jerusalem, you'll often find these little gates. If the main gates were closed, you could slip in here. But it was impossible for a camel with its big hump to go through that gate. So God says it's impossible for a camel to do that. But it's easier for a rich man. It's easier for a camel to go through that hole. But I'm going to go a step further, get a needle that you might sew with, and say it's easier for a big camel to go through the eye of that needle than for a rich man to enter heaven with his good works and his money. In other words, it's impossible for a rich man to enter heaven with his money. You cannot buy a ticket to heaven. It's impossible. So you think of the eye of a needle, and it's easier for that camel to squeeze through that hole than for someone to get to heaven without the Lord Jesus Christ and their sins forgiven. We live in a rising generation. It's a very challenging generation, with the modes of communication changing so quickly, so rapidly. The preaching of the gospel just with the Bible seems old-fashioned, seems outdated, yet it never changes. The way to reach the people is through the faithful preaching and proclamation of God's word. The eyes of the generation were just one eye away from reaching them, and so important to keep reaching these young people. The eye of the lamp to the body. So important. Protect your body, love it, protect it. It's a created in the image of God. And remember, the eye gate, you're just one look away from potentially destroying your body. Look at this here lovely verse. Open my eyes, that I may behold wonderful things from your law. Lord, as I read your law, as I read your word, open mine eyes and give me an appetite to see more of you and to realise what's right and what's wrong and to live my life pleasing with you. What a lovely thought, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. It's a lovely thought, just a thought about the eye gate. Protect it, look after it, and don't take it for granted. So many people in the world are blind, they can't see. So when you wake up in the morning, you can see all the colours, hear all the noises, you be thankful. God's been so good, but don't destroy it by giving in to the temptation of the flesh. Here is looking unto Jesus. Let's sing the song, Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus.
Oh, soul, are you weary and troubled? No light in the darkness you see. There's light for a look at the Savior, and life more abundant and free. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. Through death into life everlasting, he passed, and we follow him there. O'er us sin no more hath dominion, for more than conquerors we are. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. His word shall not fail you, he promised. Believe him and all will be well. Then go to a world that is dying, his perfect salvation to tell. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace.
Lovely, lovely song to finish with. Remember, I would challenge you with your phone screen. Don't take it to bed. If you want to have a good night's sleep, I recommend you try not looking at your phone while in bed, and you'll get a much better sleep. Don't forget to keep looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. God bless you. Thanks for watching.